On the seventh day of Christmas, my travels gave to me. Buried alive in Egypt. Guys, I'm trying my best to get the sun to shine in my face, but I'm struggling because I don't like this light, but I guess I'm gonna have to work with it. Here we go. All right, so I may be being just a little bit dramatic with the title, but hey, close enough. So first of all, guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl L, just living. And on this side of YouTube, we are all about family fun and flights. Okay, expat life, Mississippi native, now residing in the UAE, what most of the world knows as Dubai. So for the holiday season, your girl is doing 12 days of Christmas, where I'm telling you 12 interesting stories about, things that's happened to me over my adventures, my travel adventures. All right, and so today we're keeping it in Africa and we're going back to Egypt. Well, actually, this is my first trip to Egypt. Now, Egypt is something different, right? Growing up, you think of Egypt as the home of all the knowledge. It used to be considered like the home, the birthplace of civilization, but it turns out that the oldest body was actually found in Ethiopia. But I say all of that to say that it was the place that you want to visit in Africa, right? It has the pyramids and all the things. And so when I moved to the UAE, I was like, yes, the first place I want to visit is Egypt. And I moved here, and Egypt was my first African country. So I went there, and it was not what I was expecting. The haggling, if you saw my last video and I talked about the nagging, the begging, the haggling and all of that, baby, it was on times 10 in Egypt, and I wasn't ready. But that is not what this story is about. This is about me taking a trip over to the pyramids, honey, and getting buried alive. Okay, like I said, I'm a bit dramatic, so let me just tell you exactly what happened. Okay, so first of all, this video is not going to be as long as the other ones because it's a little lighthearted or whatever. But anyways, so I went to Egypt with a group of people that I did not know. I went with a group of strangers with a travel company that was known in the area at the time for booking trips every holiday season, especially for us newbies. Now I know how to travel and get around on my own. I am my own travel agent at this point. But at the time, it was the beginning of my international adventures as I know it, outside of Caribbean. Being in the U.S., I visited the Caribbean islands and, areas down there, but now we're on the other side of the world. And the only place I had been to outside of the western part, well, I can't say the only other place I had been to besides South America, the Caribbean islands and all that, that wasn't even South America at the time. It was North America, because Mexico was North America, child. But the only other place I had been to was Paris, okay? So I moved over here and I was like, definitely got to go to Egypt. Saw the opportunity, took advantage of the opportunity. And as you know, I don't mind going nowhere solo. So I definitely won't have no problem going nowhere with a group of strangers from the UAE. They were all black. We were all black expats from America, from my memory, who came over here, working various jobs or whatever, who were on this particular trip. And so, but they were still strangers, all skin folks ain't kin folks. Remember that? And so we get to the trip, and one of the places that we visited is the place that everyone wants to visit when they go to Egypt, honey. We got to go to the pyramids. So we go out to the pyramids, we're taking pictures on the pyramids, they're telling us the history of the pyramids. And that is when I learned that the pyramids were not just a structure built, like there are no homes inside, like people don't live inside those pyramids. Guys, those pyramids are basically massive graves. Yes, they're massive graves. They were built there for people to be buried. People are buried inside those things. But at the time, I didn't know, okay? At the time that I learned it by the end of my trip. By the end of, let me tell you how I found out. Let me just get to it. So we're exploring the pyramids. We're climbing on top of the pyramids. We're walking around the pyramids, taking all of our pictures. They're talking to us about the different pyramids. And then we get to one pyramid. We actually rode a camel over to the pyramid. And they're like, do you want to go inside? I was like, what do you mean? Go inside? Like, I can go inside this pyramid? They were like, yeah. And I look, and they were like, we're not supposed to really let you in, but, you know, we'll take you down in there. Anyways, this particular pyramid, they said, was belonged to the king's mother. So I'm like, who would not want to miss the chance to go inside of a pyramid? Of course I want to go inside the pyramid. All I got to do is tip you, and I could go down a pyramid, guys, and it was so steep. So I agreed. The whole leading down to the pyramid was very steep. It was like the hill was like this. There were stairs. They had created some stairs. There was like a small opening on the side, looked like someone had dug a hole in the ground essentially, and created some steps that were very, very steep. So you have to be careful right getting on down in there, okay? And if you're too big, you might struggle a bit. So the stairs they created, it was kind of like a little ladder that they had put down there to help people get down into the pyramid, child. So we're crawling down there in such a tight space. If I can find any video to put in here, I will. Otherwise, I'll post it somewhere else. Oh, wow. Look at the ass tone. Oh, glory. I got a little weight. This thing is kind of small. Because I know I have video of being inside it. And so we get down there and we're looking around. We're inside this pyramid. It's such a small space. Like, it's a huge thing on the outside, but once you get inside, it's really not that big. It's not that big on the inside. It's only a small space. So we're getting there and we're looking at the carvings on the wall. We're looking at the structure and everything. And they're talking more and more and more about the history of the pyramids. And then that is when they tell us that the pyramids were built to bury the royal family. And this isn't just a pyramid that belongs to the king's mother. This is where she was buried. What you mean this is where she was buried? Like, her body was right here? Are you telling me that you didn't let me climb down into somebody's mama's grave? Like, what kind of spirits can be attached to me right now and go with me and follow me around for the rest of my life? You got me down here in somebody's grave. So, God granted, part of it is on me because I should have done more research before climbing down into that lady's grave. My bad, lady. I apologize. I didn't mean no harm. But yeah, that is what I mean when I say I was buried alive. They done took me down in this lady's grave. And all it took was one collapse, and that little door that we crawled down into will shut us all in there, okay? And too many people couldn't be in there at one time because the grave wasn't that big. It was like a small room. I couldn't believe that I was literally in someone's grave, just climbing all around her grave. That was wild. That was wild. So shortly after I realized I was in somebody's mama's grave, child, I took my little picture, my little video. I actually recorded myself. Oh, I hope I can find this video. I recorded myself. I was recording when they told us that this was her grave. And I was like, when they told us that she was buried there. And I was like, I'm in somebody's grave? What? Who was buried here? The queen? The king's mother. Oh, the king's mother. I'm in somebody's grave. Whoa. So shortly after that, I got my ass up out of that grave. I had to climb back up the top and get up out of there. And never do I want to go inside another one again. I have no interest. The only way I would go inside of a grave at this point is if, I don't know, if maybe a friend wants to try it and they just need somebody to go with them. I would do something like that. But that's it. That's honestly it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments below. You think I'm being just too dramatic? Would you go down in somebody's grave like that, huh? Have you visited the pyramids? What did you think about it? Let me know down below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel and you just watching me and not subscribed, what you waiting for? If you're new here, take a look around, but not too long. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you are a returning viewer and returning subscriber, you the real MVP. You the real one. Thanks to all of you and every one of you. Go ahead and hit the like button. Stick around. We got more to share for 12 days of Christmas. It's your girl L Just Living. Love you bunches. Bye-bye.